It is time for another YouTube live stream. I'm Zach. Welcome back. Let's play some games. Today we are back playing Minecraft in my solo survival world, and we are continuing to work on my super mega project. One of these days, I'm going to be finished with it. But you know, I feel if I work on it an hour a day, every day, I will get there eventually. It is just a matter of time. And I'm a stubborn person. I will just keep working at it because that's what I do. So anyway, we're going to hop in the stream. We're going to start right where we left off yesterday. And we were working on cooking up some copper, if I remember. Let me pull into my world here. Let me put my headphones on. Yeah, so I'm in my barn here. My lovely, beautiful barn with all my farms. I have a little, I was AFK here waiting for the copper to burn. So you usually like enclose yourself with dirt. That's what I did. So I just enclosed myself with all this dirt. Let me just clean this all up. And let's see how much copper we've gotten. It's still cooking. There's still copper that's cooking up here. But we've cooked a lot of it. So you can see we have a bunch in there. We've got a bunch in here. Okay, so how much does that make? Oh, and then we have a whole bunch in here that we discovered the last time. We need to make slabs. How do we make slabs? No, that's gates. What's that noise? What was that noise? I hear a monster. Maybe he's underneath us. That's very scary. He's not up here, is he? No, I don't hear anything. Yeah, he must be below the floor here or something. It just kind of scares me. Maybe we'll... Oh, yeah, I can hear something underneath the floor here. Or maybe it's... Is it in? No, it's got to be in the floor. That is so scary. It's like it's just following me around. Okay, let's do this. Let's get all the copper and let's get out of here because that noise is freaking me out. All right, let's go. And the rest of that copper will cook up eventually. We've got most of it. Let's go in my workshop. There is no monsters in my workshop. So we won't hear any of that noise. All right, running down here. I don't remember what to do to make the slabs. Copper slabs. Oh, you have to make the block first. Oh, this is so obnoxious. You have to make the regular block and then turn the regular blocks into these kind of blocks. And then take these blocks and turn them into slabs. That is so obnoxious. Okay, how do I make the regular blocks then? Regular blocks is this. That's so expensive. What? 9 ingots per block. That's wild. That's crazy. I don't even think I can make a stack of these. Oh my gosh, this is This is going to be one expensive copper roof that we are building. Holy cow. Yeah, so out of all that copper that I brought down here, we have 64 plus 10, so 74 blocks of copper. That is it. Unbelievable. That is crazy. Well, we can turn these into slabs. That gives us quite a bit, which is nice. That's all that copper. I wish it would have made more. I don't think this is enough to finish the roof. Let's run back over to the mega project and we'll see how much more we can get done. Yeah, wow. I had no idea it was going to be so expensive. But I'm not going to stress about it. It's going to be worth it. Ooh, I'm feeling a little sluggish today. For lunch today, I had a burger from Chili's. I like Chili's. It's it's the chain restaurant. Everybody knows what Chili's is. But I had, like their burgers are pretty good, burger and fries and the whole deal. And I don't normally, I usually eat healthier than that. So I'm not used to eating like super greasy foods like that. It was really pretty like greasy. It was so good. It was so good and yummy. But because I'm not used to it, like I'm surprised at how it just like made me feel like sluggish, And that was for lunch. And so that was like 6 hours ago. I'm still feeling like heavy and sluggish from eating all of that. But man, was it good. It was so good and tasty and juicy. All right, here's our copper roof. Let's just keep building. Just keep on building along. Now, I mentioned this before. I could just build like the top slabs here and just use one slab instead of two slabs for each one of these. But the reason I don't like to do that is because if you build with slabs, you end up with like weird lighting effects. Like the light can't go through a solid block, but it can go through like a slab. And so it just ends up like when you're on the inside, it looks weird because you can see light coming in through the slabs. So that's why I always double up my slabs when I build like this. And I wonder, holy cow, that was a whole stack. So it's like a stack per row is what it's ending up doing. Now, I explained last time too, this is the copper, this is normal copper, and this is oxidized copper. So this is like when it rusts, it turns into this lovely blue color, which I like. But you can scrape the rust off and have it turn back to its normal color. So I might just do that. Just take a second to do that. Just so that this is all aging at the same rate. I kind of like the chime sounds. It's nighttime. I need to sleep. Done. Now it's all this lovely copper color, although it will oxidize over time. Okay, so let's hop down here. We're going to go to sleep. No! No, I forgot there's slabs on the bottom. No! Oh, I'm going to have to take care of these too. Yeah, we'll have to go through each and every little area here. Yeah, because actually, if you have a slab, if you have copper that's fully oxidized next to other copper, it changes the rate of oxidation for them. So you'll get like weird patterns and stuff, which I don't really want. Ouch. Yeah, so anyway, like I was saying, I went to Chili's today, and I really like Chili's. I actually usually get, I usually order off their healthy menu. That's why I started going to Chili's, because they have a pretty good healthy menu. You can get like grilled chicken breast or salmon, and it's all pretty good. And I like it because like if I'm like traveling somewhere, it's hard to find like healthy, like more healthy food that's pretty tasty. And since, you know, Chili's is like the same everywhere, you know, you can no matter what city you're in, you can always find a Chili's. And if you know that there's some like decent, like healthy options, that's why I usually get there. But I just wasn't feeling healthy today. I was like, I want some just greasy hamburger and fries. So I went with it. And now I'm regretting it. I should have gotten the chicken breast. All right, almost done. Are almost there. You know what I think I want to work on next here? Is I think I want to start working on the stairway down here. I've just been thinking about that lately. I think that would be a good thing to start working on. Especially because it would make it a lot easier to like walk up to the building if I'm like off to the side or something. If there were stairs and I didn't have to climb up the scaffolding every time. Pick all of those up. Yeah, it's looking pretty nice. All right, I think but that looks like halfway done probably. No, I don't even think it is halfway. All right, well, let's go on up there. I love the footstep sound on the copper. It's very nice. I'm still torn. I'm still torn on whether to leave it the copper color or let it turn the blue color. I'm still torn about that. Anyway, let's put these away. We'll do cut copper slabs. And just keep building it up. Row after row. JT's in chat. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're just expanding the roof. Oh, JT, guess what? You will not believe this. So remember yesterday I said I was like really bummed about how I can't watch the remainder of the Perry Mason episodes. I've been watching Perry Mason, and I've watched all the episodes until I'm on the final season, which is season 9. And there wasn't any I was watching them on Amazon, and Amazon pulled all the episodes. Well, was doing like searching online last night. There's another website that streams it. I think it's called, I forget what it's called. I have to find it again. But I think it's like Pluto TV or something like that. Anyway, there's this other random streaming site that had Perry Mason episodes. They don't have all the seasons, but they had season 9. They had the one season that I wanted to watch. So I watched another episode of it last night, and I was so happy. It made me so happy. So hopefully they won't pull the episodes before I'm done watching it. But yeah, if they stay up there, and I usually I'll watch like one a day, like one episode a day or something. So I think I have like 20 episodes left. But that's kind of like a cool accomplishment if I get through all of them. Because I mean, there's like hundreds of episodes. And yeah, I'll be so happy to get through all of them. Yeah, I was so bummed that I wasn't going to see all the rest of the episodes, after they pulled the videos. But yeah, I can't believe I found it again. JT says, yes, Pluto. That's so perfect. I love it when everything comes together. Yeah, I think I'll have to look around on that website. Apparently, they had a bunch of old shows. I have really been enjoying watching older TV shows. I must be like turning into my parents. I remember growing up, like as a kid, and your parents would want to watch these like old TV shows. And I remember thinking as a kid, what is wrong with you old people? Like, why are you watching like old shows? Why don't you watch like new shows? But now that I'm a little bit older, I like the old shows better than the new shows that come out. I feel like the new shows that come out are pretty crummy. And that might just be like the nature of entertainment today because, I think there's a lot less money in entertainment today than there used to be because there's so many streaming services and the people watch YouTube these days. They don't watch TV anymore. So I feel like all these people don't have the money they used to make these shows. But you watch some of these, like even like old movies from like the 70s and 70s and 80s, and I especially love movies from the 90s. 90s I feel like was like peak cinema with like just these massive budgets. There's some like great movies. So I've just really been loving like watching old movies and old TV shows so much better than like, yeah, I don't even bother watching new shows that come out. They're not as good. They're just not as good. JT says it totally is an accomplishment. Me too, and that's okay. And what's really sad is entertainment today has turned more into propaganda than entertainment. Yeah, I agree. I cannot handle all the woke stuff. There's like a lot of woke stuff in entertainment, and it's like preachy. Oh, that's the worst. When a show is like preachy. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like, especially as a guy too, like, I feel like with all the woke stuff in media, I feel like none of the news shows allow them to portray men, like male characters, as good, strong characters. It's like they've totally flipped the script, and everything has to be about like showing like a girl boss. The hero is always a girl who's like taking control, and I like watching stories about girl characters too, but there are no more stories anymore about strong male characters. I just think it's kind of a bummer. Like every single character, especially if it's like a white guy, they're always like a loser or, stupid or there's just no shows out. I feel like there's no shows that reflect me anymore. It's like the opposite of racism. It's like everything's been inverted. So yeah, I feel like what you're saying is like there's a lot of woke stuff that just makes maybe that's why I'm enjoying like the 90s movies better, because there was so many cool, like tough male characters. JT says, did the copper start to turn blue yet? No, and actually there was some that were already blue, and I took the blue off. So, and I'm just going to let it all age. It'll age over time. It takes a really long time for it to age though. JT says, I know. And what's really sad is because a lot of women want strong male characters, and all we get is propaganda again. And I was thinking about this too. Like, I talked about this briefly. Like, I was a big fan of Star Trek back in the day, like Star Trek Next Generation and Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And I feel like, so what was that? That was like the 80s, early 90s, I think, when those shows came out. And I was thinking, like, those shows had women characters. The women characters were in sexy spacesuits, they were, beautiful women, but like, I feel like it was very tastefully done, and it wasn't woke, but those were strong, powerful women characters in those Star Trek shows. And that was in the 80s and 90s. And what was wrong with that? Like, why don't we still do shows like that? I mean, is that not woke? I mean, I guess it's not woke enough. Yeah, so I've been watching all of these older... Oh, what? Am I out? No, I have some in here. Whew, I was nervous. What was I saying? Yeah, so I've just been watching like more like older movies and stuff. I've been watching a lot of uh World War II movies. I love war movies. Um, I don't know. I think it shows. Uh, I like the historical aspect of them, and it really shows the human story of how humans deal with adversity in like the most extreme circumstances. I mean, war is the most extreme circumstances you can get. And I just love hearing those stories, and they're so heroic and um interesting. But there hasn't been a lot of war movies lately. Most of the I mean, I don't think there has been like a big war movie recently. The last big war movie was Saving Private Ryan, and that Saving Private Ryan was like a long time ago. I love Saving Private Ryan, by the way. That is a great movie. JT says, I've never felt less of a person for having femininity. It works to my favor oftentimes. I have sat down from opposing counsel in his office, and as soon as I put my purse on his desk, dot, dot, dot. I'm wondering how I'm going to get more copper to finish this roof. Wait. This might be all we need to do. Wait, hold on. Okay, so yeah, this might be the edge. How much copper do we have left? We have one stack. We can do one more row. Okay, so we don't have enough to finish because it's supposed to curve out. Okay, maybe we'll stop here because we're going to have to build the walls down to the roof of this. So we'll stop here for the moment. Do I have white wool? Let me check. I think I had some more white wool. Because I think what I should do, there should be one more column that comes down here and meets the top of that roof. And that would be helpful if I could see where that is. Patience is in chat. Hey, welcome to the stream. JT says, close up my parents' group in London in the second hole for, and yes, there are so many stories they have told me. I stopped going to the cinema, which is pretty sad, but it just almost woke up. It's almost too woke for me, and I don't want to spend my money on garbage. Eons ago. Yeah, I've stopped going to the cinema too, but mostly because it's really loud. I feel like movies have gotten like more loud over the years, and I just find that really annoying. I think I've just gotten used to like watching things at home where you can like control the volume of things. But last time I went to the movie theater was, well, actually, I didn't go to the movies since like COVID. When COVID hit, I kind of stopped going to the movies because of the whole COVID stuff. And then the next time, I didn't go for like 5 years to a movie. And when the first part of Wicked came out, I thought, okay, this is a spectacle movie. I should go see this in theaters. So I went and saw Wicked in the theaters, and it was so noisy. I mean, and you know, in that movie, it's a musical, and every song, they're practically screaming. It's like a musical of people screaming, like the whole movie. And it was so loud. I was like, oh, someone please turn off the volume. I couldn't, and you know, and I liked the movie. I liked the songs and everything, but it was just so loud. I was like, I am never going to a movie theater ever again. Like, I feel like they did some kind of upgrades or something after COVID to make it a super sensory experience with, they must have speakers like all behind the walls or something, you know, like hidden speakers everywhere. I don't know what they did, but it's so loud. I mean, I was vibrating. It was so loud. JT says, I hope Liam is traveling safely. I hope he's got his homework done. Oh, man, I hope he got his homework done. I'm betting he probably forgot, though. He's probably sitting on his cruise ship thinking, shoot, I should have done my homework. Yeah, I hope he's having a good time, too. Liam is off on his cruise, going to, where did he say he was going? Puerto Rico? No, Dominican. He was going to Dominican Republic. I keep thinking it's Puerto Rico. Okay, I need to put in this pillar. How many blocks is this? 3 blocks wide. And it should be these 3 blocks here. So actually, should go straight up from here. So let's actually mine these 3 blocks. And this is where the white wool is supposed to go. JT says, me too, not since COVID. This is really sad, but I do like Ariana Grande. Check out the YouTubes are of her and a donut shop leaking the donuts, and she says she hates Americans. Really? Wait, so Ariana Grande is in a donut shop saying that she doesn't like Americans? That sounds very sketchy. Yeah, that's very depressing. But you know, with celebrities, you get weird stuff like that. Celebrities just say weird stuff. Can't get too bent out of shape over it. Get my shears out. You got to use shears to break wool blocks. Oop, I broke the wrong block. Oh, wait a second. These should be stone blocks. You know, I'm not going to stress about this. I don't really need to figure this out. I just wanted to get that in to see the roof. Okay, so the roof I think this works pretty nice. Yeah, it's definitely coming together. JT says, oh my goodness, I'm such a nerd. I had to tape record every single lecture and then I would listen to it on the way to university, but I always got 100% on the pop quizzes. Dominican, Dominican Republic, absolutely. It truly is impressive, that structure. Thank you. It is taking a long time. All right, I think what I want to work on is, like I said before, I want to start working on the stairs because this whole thing is kind of floating, as you can tell. And I want to kind of, I built it floating because the ground is so uneven here, and I just built it floating because it'd be easier. But at some point, I'm going to need to connect the ground to all of this so it isn't floating. And over here, we're just going to have the dirt. We'll just extend the dirt out so it looks like the ground is more level. But here, I want to have like a staircase. I want this all to be stairs that comes down the front. So what kind of blocks are these? These are tough bricks, I believe. No tough bricks. No tough bricks. We have tough here. We have some tough brick slabs. It's not going to be enough. Let me make some more tough. Actually, let me put my copper up in here. We'll do more copper stuff later. Put the wool in here. We'll cut some of this tuff into tough brick slabs. That's probably enough for now. We'll just extend this out just a little bit out in the front. Add some more slabs here. JT says, licking donuts. You're saying what Ariana Grande was doing? JT says, oh my goodness, guys, the sunset is so beautiful. I'm so grateful to be alive. Nice. Yeah, it's so nice to just get outside and see nature. I think I mentioned this before. I went on a hike with my dad last Sunday, and it was so nice. I'm actually thinking of, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and do the hike again. There's this kind of like mountainous area, and we didn't get all the way to the top of the mountain, and so I'm thinking if I go back this Sunday, I want to go all the way to the top of the mountain. It's a really long hike, but I think I can do it. I don't know. So if I don't come back next week, it's because I fell off the top of the mountain. That's what happened. JT says, what a gift. So we're not going flat, we're going angled. You mean on the stairs? Yeah, for right here, I want stairs to come down. I just think it will make this look more regal. You know, if there's like a big staircase coming up to it. Because isn't the Supreme Court like that? The Supreme Court building. Let's look at U.S. Supreme Court. Oops. Here we go. Yeah, this is the U.S. Supreme Court. Look at these steps. These just really grandiose steps that come up. It really just like makes the building more regal. I want that look, that like the stairs coming up. So I thought we could do something like this. I could even put like little stone things that come up like this. That could be cool. We can't, I mean, it's kind of hard to build statues in Minecraft, so I probably won't build like statues. But just having the stairs here, I think will look pretty cool. So that is my plan. All right, but I think what I want to use here, the blocks I want to use is just stone, just flat stone. I don't want the tough, I don't want to make bricks out of tough. I just want it to be a little bit different. I just think flat stone will probably look the best. So this is flat stone here. Let's just take a look. So we're thinking of doing something like, let me pick this up. Something like this. I don't know if that's going to work. It kind of blends together too much. Maybe andesite would look better. I think I have some andesite here. We're choosing our block palette right now. I mean, I want something that's just like gray, but there's a lot of different options for different like gray looking blocks. Yeah, here's polished andesite. Maybe this is the option. Andesite's a little harder to get than stone, but we'll figure it out. So this would be the andesite option. Yeah, I kind of like this better because it gives it just a little bit of an outline where the top of the stair is. So I think it just makes it look more like stairs, I think. Man, andesite's going to be harder to come by, though. All right, the good thing is we do have a bunch of andesite stairs here for some reason. I don't know why I have all these andesite stairs. It's a little odd. I'm going to sleep to stop this rain. JT says it's beautiful. If you ever get to Central Oregon, you should go for a high cup Smith Rock. The trails are pretty advanced, at least for me. There's a lot of switchbacks, but when you get to the top, the view is breathtaking. Really? Smith Rock. I've never heard of that before. Actually, I'm thinking of taking a trip to Oregon this year, just for fun, because it's such a beautiful state. I like that option. It looks more finished. Okay, hold on. I want to see what you're talking about. Smith Rock, Oregon. Smith Rock State Park. Oh, so it's a state park. I'm trying to find a picture of it. Is this it? Is this the place? JT says, I went to school at Eugene, the University of Oregon, and I loved it. Oh, okay. Yeah, for a few years, I grew up in Oregon, like in the Portland area. When I was this was like when I was in third and fourth grade, I was there. My family moved around a lot when I was a kid. But yeah, like third and fourth grade, I was in Oregon. But I was in like the Portland area. But I know where Eugene is. Yeah, this looks beautiful. Smith Rock. I don't remember hearing about Smith Rock State Park, though. I'd have to go check it out. So you say there's a trail here that's really nice? Where is this? Is there a map? There is a map. Smith Rock. Oh, wow. Okay, so Portland is here. Okay, so that's near Bend. That's probably, what, 2 hours from Portland? Yeah, I bet this is a beautiful area. JT says there's a famous rock there called Monkey Face. Yeah, I'm surprised I've never heard of this before. Smith Rock. I guess it's a state park. I've never been there. I remember going to Mount Hood. I've been to Mount Hood. That's much closer to Portland, though. I've been to, some of these places over by the beach here. There's some really cool places by the beach. Tillamook is always a really cool place to go visit. It's where they make the cheese. The Tillamook cheese is from here. JT says it's Central Oregon, Redmond, actually. I forgot the name of the trail, but I do think it's about 6 miles. 6 miles? That is a long trail. I don't know if I'm up for doing 6 miles, especially like rugged trails. 6 miles is a long hike. JT says it is sacred. Really? I think so, roughly, absolutely. What were we doing? Oh, stairs. Let's do some stairs. Yeah, well, I'll be able to once I get more of these stairs in, we'll be able to decide if we really want to go with this or not. I am thinking this looks pretty nice, though. This is polished andesite stairs. JT says, Tillamook, yes! How fun. Yeah, I remember, I've only been to Tillamook once, but I just remember when I was there, Tillamook is so beautiful, and it's so green and lush. It's like in the middle of this like foresty kind of area. But I mean, it was like a long time ago since I was there, so it's probably different now. It's probably more built up now. But yeah, I just remember when I went there, it was beautiful. JT says, oh, I missed this. I went to a jazz festival in Mount Hood. It was great. Acres is very beautiful, and that's by Abandoned by the Sea. Y was a lot younger then. That's okay. I don't have to be older, just wiser. Wow, we are zooming with these stairs. We're like halfway done already. Is it possible that I might have enough blocks to do all these stairs just like randomly? What I don't remember what why did I need all of these blocks to begin with? Maybe I always planned on building the stairs with these. I've been building this building for so long, I forget what I was planning at the beginning. Yeah, the trip I was planning this this year, I was planning on going with some of my friends out to Oregon, and we wanted just as a fun trip, just to go somewhere with my friends. We were planning on going to the Columbia Gorge area. Are you familiar with that? That's they have that like this big waterfall out there that is so beautiful. I've been before, but I want to go back again. I think it's called, I don't remember exactly what it's called. I think it's called Multnomah Falls. JT says Shore Acres is particularly beautiful at Christmas time. Oh my goodness, the clouds are purple, pink, and orange with blue sky poking through. It's phenomenal. Awesome. Yeah, I hear like I know you're in Las Vegas. I hear the sunsets in Las Vegas are just perfect. Like, there's some places that have like exceptional sunsets, and I think Las Vegas is probably one of those places. JT says, I hope you have enough blocks because I'm dying to see it completed. I think I would need to put another row in here. And let's take out these stone stairs. Oop. All right, here is the time for the big reveal. Get ready. Whoosha! Check that out. That actually looks amazing. Oh, that's so cool. We have stairs. Yeah, I'm glad we went with the andesite. That looks really cool, and it contrasts great with the pillars. It goes well with the blue up here, a little bit of the gray in here. It ties into like the grays on the roof. That's phenomenal. I think that looks great. All right, hold on. Let me get out my Supreme Court picture again. All right, so if I wanted to do these things on the side, it kind of comes out from that last column. Let me put this over here. I don't know if I need those. I honestly don't think I'm going to put those on, because if I'm coming because let's say I'm like coming from over here, then it's just going to be one more thing I have to like walk around to get up the stairs. I would rather it just be like a flat wall, and then I could just like run up the side of the stairs here. Or maybe I could even like extend the stairs around like in a corner or something. I can figure that out later. But yeah, this is going to make it so much easier to just do work around here, because I can just walk up the stairs now. Well, I have to put dirt down here, so I can walk up. I have to bring more dirt to fill this in. But so, yeah, so it should be like flat across here. And then this goes all the way out to the sea. I don't know if I'm going to do anything down here, but yeah, I kind of wanted a flat entryway leading up to it. Let's see. JT says the Columbia Gorge is very popular. I never went much. I live in Washington too, and one time we floated down the Green River in inner tubes, and that was pretty fun. Unfortunate enough to live in a course community, and it's so beautiful, and the grass is so cool when I walk past it. There's all kinds of little bunnies and sometimes some coyotes. Ta-da! Patience says, nice dock. It would be cool to actually put a dock down here. We don't have a dock down right now. But this would be a cool area to like build like a little ocean, like an ocean platform or something. I mean, I don't really have anything. I wouldn't actually use it as a dock because I don't have anything out here. But yeah, that would look cool. Patience says, put a bridge. JT says, do you have photographic memory? Me? No, I do not have photographic memory. Yeah, that's looking good. Man, we are making progress here. So I think the next thing I need to do, I kind of want to bring the villager. Remember I got a villager the other day? I kind of want to go get that villager and bring it here and get like the villager set up in here. Since this is supposed to be, the villager trading hall area. Maybe we'll get one of those villagers and bring him back. That would be kind of cool. But I think that's a good place to end the stream. We got the roof is kitting in place. We got some stairs. It's all coming together. All right, I'll be back. I'm loving the daily stream, so I'm going to keep it up. We're going to keep doing daily streams, so I'll be back again tomorrow with more building on my mega project. That's it for me. Everybody remember, no matter what is going on in your life, to always do something fun every single day. Until next time, this is Zach signing off.